Shields up, Iron Breakers. Rurikhan here coming at you with another gameplay impressions video, and today we're going to be taking a look at The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt for the PlayStation 4. This title was sent to me by Bandai Namco so that I could give it a look and tell you guys my opinions on it. And so far, I have to say, I have just been completely blown away by this game. The game is actually really good. I've heard a couple of complaints from people saying, oh, the graphics this and the graphics that, and to be honest, it's like, if our main complaint of The Witcher 3 at this point is the way the game looks, I think we're doing pretty good, because I think the game actually looks beautiful, regardless of the platform that you're playing in, because I also have played the PC version, because I had to do a graphics comparison video for TGN, so I played both versions. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to link the TGN video in the description below if you guys are curious about all the graphics and all the things when compared to the consoles and PC version and all that. You guys will be able to take a look at that, as well as I might link a couple of more Witcher videos in there for a bunch of stuff that I've done. Now, let me just check the map here and make sure that we're going to the right quest line. Yes, this is the... Wait, is this the boat we're going for? No, this is not the boat we're going for. Or is it? Actually, this might be the boat we're going for. And that is the island we're going for. So yeah, okay, we're going to go to this boat. So to kind of prevent spoilers and whatnot, I'm just going to be doing a very small little side quest here to give you guys an idea of what the game is like. And for all those of you who, like me, enjoy challenging video games, I'll just have you guys know that this is in Death March mode. So yeah, there is that. So as you guys can see, there's a bunch of monsters down there. I might show you guys a little bit of the combat just now. And those monsters, because this is very important when you're playing on the harder difficulties, those monsters are drowners. Now, luckily I've came upon drowners a couple of times, so you have a glossary, and I'm going to show you this because this is something that I find very important when you're playing on the higher difficulties. If you notice, we have a database of all the monsters and stuff, and this is very useful because we're about to fight drowners, right? So you want to know what they're vulnerable against, because trust me, when you're playing in Death March, one of these guys can three-shot you, okay? Unless you're building super tanky, which is not what I'm doing, and I don't think it's what people should be doing if you're playing on the hardest difficulties. Regardless, it's going to tell you this thing is vulnerable against necrophage oil and the Igni sign. So those are its main weaknesses. Now, luckily, I've been crafting quite a bit, so we have in our inventory. And that is a little bit of a criticism that I have towards this game, is that the inventory is a pain in the ass to manage. We need a radial menu to the potions and oils and all that stuff, because I mean, just look at all this garbage that's in my inventory, and I know that I can get rid of it, but I don't know what is important and what isn't, and I don't feel like checking it out. So yeah, I just kind of fumble through and I figure things out. So we're gonna go with some necrophage oil. You'll notice you can only apply the necrophage oil to the silver sword because it's the only sword that it's effective against beasts. The silver sword, beasts, I mean mystical creatures is what I'm going for. So we will use the necrophage oil on the silver sword. That is going to allow me to do, I believe, 20 swings. Notice it says there, plus 10% attack power versus necrophages. So it's going to give me 20 swings of empowered attacks. And you cannot reapply oils during combat, so be aware of that. And after combat, you have to come back to the menu and reapply the oils. So yes, it is a little bit frustrating in terms of that. But anyway, let's go ahead and engage in glorious combat with these people. I'm going to be using the Quen sign, mainly because you have to be somewhat defensive when you're playing at this difficulty level. So, get out of my way, horse. And that is not Roach, by the way, that horse that I was riding. That was just a horse that I stole from someone. Come here, Drowner. Where are you going? Oh, dodge. So there's two types of dodges that you can do. You got your circle dodge, which is like this very fast dodge, and it allows you to counterattack really fast. I don't know why they're leaving. You also have a lock-on system, but it doesn't work particularly well when you're fighting multiple enemies, so can't say that I really advise it. Looks like we took out that drowner and the rest of them are fleeing. I don't know why they're fleeing. Sometimes the AI gets a little bit dodgy in my opinion. Let's go ahead and get our sign back. You will notice that you can cast signs whenever that yellow bar on the upper left corner there is full. That is when you can cast a sign. There's also skills that allow you to cast signs based off of adrenaline, and I do have that skill, I just don't have it equipped. Where are you going? Stop running from me, bro. There we go. Takes care of that. So yeah, in Witcher 3, he actually automatically selects the proper sword for engaging in combat, which is something you didn't really do in The Witcher 2. You had to manually pick your sword for each fight, which sometimes was a little bit frustrating, but it's not really a big deal if you know your monsters and whatnot. So we're going to go on a boat because our current side quest is basically we're doing a favor for this witch, and she wants us to go to this island and lift a curse. Also notice how beautiful the weather is right now, because on the island things are going to change a little bit, and you're going to see a couple of the weather effects and whatnot. So we're going to head towards the island. The sailing with the boats is actually pretty neat. It's fun, but it is not realistic at all. It's like, oh, this tiny little boat has like an engine, basically. But they have to go for convenience over realism. Otherwise, it's like, well, I guess the wind's not blowing. We're going to be swimming all the way there. So yeah, they have to kind of go a little bit towards the convenience end of it, because the world is huge. Like, just to give you an idea, there are a couple of areas that you have access to. In terms of size of the map. These are the areas that I have access to right now. I still don't have access to the Skellige Isles. I'm still kind of early into the game. And so this right here, White Orchard, is the starter zone. Look at how big the starter zone is. It is actually considerably big. I think I spent like upwards of 6 hours around this area, just getting all of the little side things done. And if you look at the area we're in now, it is considerably larger. Now, let me try to explain to you guys a couple of things in this map. You see these little question marks here? Each of these question marks has something to you to do. Like, there might be a treasure chest in there. There might be a quest in there. There might be something weird happening there. You don't know until you actually go there. And there's a bunch of other stuff. There's also, like, towns, as you can see. And there's these little notice boards. When you go to these notice boards, they will actually populate your map with more question marks that you can go to and do things. Now, all of this stuff is optional. All you really have to do is follow your main quest line if you just want to get through the game. But you have a lot of optional stuff that you can do on top of that. Like, the quest we're doing right now is entirely optional. I'm just doing it because I don't want to spoil the story for anybody else, and I want to show you an example of a side quest. So let's keep going here, but it was just to give you guys an idea of the scale of the map, okay? The boat also has damage. If you guys notice there on the upper left corner, you will see that our boat is actually damaged in the right midsection. So that's something to keep in mind.
How goes it? Where are you?
Almost there.
Splendid. I shall contact you again soon.
Wait, this Xenovox, can I contact you with it, or is it one way?
One way only, I'm afraid. You'll have to trust my feminine intuition.
Your what?
My feminine intuition.
Wonderful.
So that is the Xenovox, which is a device that we picked up on an earlier quest, and it allows us to communicate. I believe I called her a witch earlier. She's actually not a witch. She's a sorceress. There is a difference, but yeah, we're doing a quest for her. However, I can also show you something, which is, I'm not sure if everybody's aware, but you can actually swim in this game. And I just thought it was a nice thing to show you guys. I think the animation overall and the visuals are just gorgeous, and the swimming also works really good. You can dive into the water, and actually, you know, sometimes you can go after sunken treasures and whatnot. You can use your Witcher senses to locate everything around you. And if you look at the minimap on the upper right corner, you'll notice that there's actually a plant somewhere in here that we can pick up, which is why I came down here. I try to pick up as many plants as possible, although I don't think we'll be needing this one. But I always like having tons and tons of plants just in case I ever need them. So let's hop back on the boat and sit ourselves down. Also, if you guys notice, Geralt's beard is quite bigger than what you see in the cinematics and whatnot. I think this might be the maximum size, but you can go like to a barber and trim it and whatnot. It's just, I like a big beard on my characters, so I'm kind of okay with it. So let's keep moving onwards. We're heading towards the island where we're supposed to do this quest. And in here, we'll encounter more and more monsters. So we might have to cook up a couple of our concoctions and stuff. Okay, looks like we got a couple of monsters over there. And sometimes you have to go with the gut feeling. Now, I've already done this quest, so I know that there's no major spoilers or anything like that. So I am aware of the monsters that are over there. But these are monsters that, prior to coming to this island, I never fought them before. But looking at their name, Rotfiends, I would assume them to be necrophages, so I acted accordingly. And I applied necrophage oil to my blade, which is very important. Then we also have potions. Potions in Witcher 3, actually, you don't have to craft them all the time. The way it works is you craft a potion once. So if we go into Alchemy, you'll notice that we have a bunch of stuff here. Like we also have we have bombs, and we have the decoctions, which are these things that you can drink and are like 40-minute buffs or something like that. And we also have oils. And once you craft them, you never have to craft them again. Every time that you meditate, you automatically get this stuff replenished if you have a drink called Alcohol Hest. And that drink automatically replenishes all of your potions. So if you have Swallow, which is the healing potion, and you rest, you get 3 additional charges of Swallow, or more if you have the correct talents in Alchemy. I will go over the builds and whatnot later on. Just for those of you wondering, though, I am building Alchemy, which, to be honest, I would not advise. I would advise people who are new to the game stick to combat or signs, because Alchemy has not really paid off all that well for me as of yet.
Are you on the Isle yet? Does the Xenovox work? Can you hear me?
What? I can't hear. Great, broke already. Sheesh, short-lived this magic.
What did you say? There's some interference. You must be very careful.
Okay, so before we continue, I'm going to go ahead and save game. This is a little bit of a pet peeve that I have, and that is the fact that The Witcher 3 has manual saving. I'm just so used to the Dark Souls way of doing things, which is you can die and you have your penalty, but you still have all the items you picked up, all that stuff. In Witcher 3, you're going to have to reload your saves, and if you're playing Death March, save often because you will probably die often. And yeah, so we're going to go once again, Quensign, although these guys are probably vulnerable to Igni. I have a talent that actually makes me poison enemies for which my oils are against, so I have a chance of poisoning these guys. Let's dodge away from that because he's going to explode. That is very dangerous. These guys are kind of kamikaze, so you want to be careful. Damn it, it broke my Quensign instantly. My Quensign currently, since I'm not invested into sign magic, actually only lasts for 1 hit. I'm not sure if you can make it last for more because I haven't checked all of the skill trees. So we're going to cut this guy down. He's going to pop. Dodge away. Besides that small dodge that we're doing, we can also do a longer dodge, but it won't allow you to counterattack, so I tend to prefer the smaller dodge. Now, if you look in the minimap, it actually shows you where loot is, and if you have a hard time seeing it, you can activate your Witcher senses by pressing L2, and it will show you anything that you can interact with. This includes loot. Sometimes you will have to use it to solve murders. Well, not murders, really, but to solve, like, things that happen or to track down monsters. So there are plenty of uses for that. Oh, damn, we got hit. Quensign was down. Need to pay more attention to that. Every single hit counts because, again, in Death March, and I don't want to bring up the Death March point too often, but just one last time, every single hit counts in Death March because you have limited consumables. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Gotta be careful when they're about to pop. Also, you'll notice that once we kill one of these, we can go to the glossary, and probably he's going to show up here, I believe, because we hadn't killed those. Looks like they're actually not necrophages. Could that be the case? Could they be Elementa? Or maybe I haven't gained the entry? Maybe I have to kill more of them. Yeah, looks like we haven't gotten them yet. Wow. Rotfiends making themselves a pain in the ass to figure out where they are. I still think that they're necrophages, so I'm going to keep oiling my blades with necrophage stuff. So let's go ahead and pop another one, speaking of which, because right now our blade's probably really... Actually, it doesn't even have the oil anymore. We spent the oil, so we want to go ahead and reapply that. You see, this is the part where I feel the game could really do with just a radial menu for alchemy stuff, because there's just so much stuff in this section of the inventory, and having to go to the inventory every single time to reapply oils. I mean, you don't have to do it if you're in the easier difficulties. You can just like hack and slash your way through it. But in the harder difficulties, you really want to maximize your damage. Move away from that before he pops. No loot, and we have a little plant here that we're going to be picking up. I will pick up tons of plants. I pick up all the loot, and that is actually one of the reasons why I have not planned a Let's Play of Witcher 3. A lot of people have asked me about it, and one of the reasons why I don't want to do it is simply because I'm going to be spending a lot of time looting. So it would either have to be post-commentary or involve a whole lot of editing because I am very I am very just like obsessed with getting all of the things. Looks like there's actually a cave here that I didn't investigate last time. And you see, this is the cool stuff about Witcher 3, is that you're constantly going through the world and you're constantly being exposed to new things. And I know I'm being a little bit annoying here with the whole necrophage thing, but I want to make sure that I'm at my best whenever I'm fighting any of these dudes. So we got a couple of drowners up here. Doesn't look like they want to attack us, though, so I might be heading down to this little cave. Ooh, I didn't see this one last time. Last time I was here, I didn't see it. And see, there's treasure in here. So for starters, you got a little plant. Are the drowners coming? Oh, crap. No, I'm just close enough that my character triggered the combat stance for some reason. That's fine. So we got Suin mushrooms, and we have this little chest. Let's open it up. And we got a Salmian Brigadine. Let's hope that's an upgrade. And hopefully light armor, because I'm wearing, oh, damn it, it's medium armor. Well, we can see how it looks. Doesn't look that good to begin with, but the reason I have to stick with medium armor is because if we go into our character skills, I actually have a skill in here, which is each piece of light armor increases my critical hit damage by 25% and fast attack damage by 5%, which is also the reason why I'm not using heavy attacks, which you do have. As a matter of fact, let me just kill this drowner here. And then I'll show you guys heavy attacks. I'm not going to use heavy attacks against him because, again, I just have advantages of using lighter attacks a lot more. There's also decapitation and the possibility of you chopping down their limbs and whatnot. And yeah, combat is very good, very beautiful, animated, all that stuff. It's just sometimes it's not very precise. Oh, crap. Particularly in situations like this. We're actually going to use the long roll, as you guys can see there, to get some distance. You do not want to engage in that. It's just a bad idea. I would not advise people to engage in multiple combat fights at this difficulty. We have a Rotfiend behind us as well, who seems to be aggroing, and actually two of them. So you got to be always mindful of what is coming at you. Let's go ahead and activate Quensign again. Let's take care of this drowner. Dodge to the side there, chop his head off. You want to keep dodging to the sides because these guys will charge you if you keep dodging back and forth, so just dodge off to the sides and you should be fine. So you got to start learning patterns. That is extremely important, learning the patterns of your enemies, because the more you know about your enemies, the better and more efficient you are going to be at fighting them. Now, in regards to your horse, you can actually call him wherever you are in the world. So we got here by boat. Naturally, the horse shouldn't be here, but for convenience sake, you can just call your horse and then he comes. Here's Roach. Roach carries a trophy, which the trophy we currently have equipped is the Wraith Trophy. In case you guys are curious, this trophy gives us bonuses in terms of humans and non-humans, I think. Where's the trophy? Here it is. No, that's the Griffin Trophy. Excuse me. Here it is. 5% bonus experience from humans and non-humans, which, to be honest, right now we might as well go with 10% chance to dismember. Because it's cooler. It's cool to dismember, and there are no humans on the island. I mean, you can probably tell by now because we've just been killing all of these necrophages and whatnot. Looks like we got a... What's that? That is a ghoul. Okay. Stop, stop, stop. Damn it, we're in combat. You can't apply oils during combat, so yeah, you're going to have to fight without oils when that happens. Which is the reason that it is very important once you identify your enemies, make sure you apply multiple oils. And be careful not to stand behind the horse during combat, because the horse will attack you, and he will hit you with, you know, the typical mule kicks that horses tend to do. Or I guess technically it should be called a horse kick, but... Chop this ghoul down. There we go. And let's loot all this stuff. But anyway, in the interest of time, I'm going to be moving forward towards the quest. I mean, you can spend a lot of time in here just, you know, slowly crawling through stuff. But we want to get to the quest line, and it's just going to be a long drag of me just killing everything along the way. As you can see, there's tons of monsters around. However, I could show you the mounted combat, which, as you can see, time slows down if you hold down a button and you can slash, but it's somewhat awkward, to be honest. I prefer unmounted combat.
Let's try Kira's lamp.
And now we are at the tower. Looks like there's a water hag over there. I'm actually not sure what the water hags are, but I'm going to go with necrophages as well. This whole island just seems to be filled with necrophages, right? Water hags. Yeah, they're necrophages, so they're vulnerable against Northern Wind, which we don't have. Vulnerable against Quen and Igni, as well as necrophage oil. So that's what you want to use against that little beastie over there. Another thing that you guys might have noticed is that there is a signpost here. This allows you to fast travel anywhere there's a signpost in the world. So once we've done this, let's say, okay, I just wanted to get to the island and I don't feel like doing this quest anymore. You can go anywhere else that you've been to previously. So let me just try to find a sign here. If I wanted to go to Duen Hen, no problem. Just hit X. Oh, it's X on my controller. Oh, actually, I'm playing on the PlayStation, so it shows. Yeah, never mind. So you just press X and boom, you go to Duen Hen. But obviously, we're not going to do that. We're going to go straight to the quest. Let's. Did we reapply necrophage oil or not? I'm not sure. Let's just do it anyways, in case. The inventory menu is also a little bit slow. I believe that this is somewhat improved in version 1.03, but for some reason, my game hasn't updated to 1.03 just yet. We're also a little bit low on health, but not too much, so I'm going to eat something. Let's go ahead and navigate this, and let's have baked apple. Why not? The reason... oh, damn it, it actually replaced it. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to eat it. Again, you see inventory menu, inventory system, very annoying, particularly if you're using a controller. I guess on the PC it's probably easier, but even still, it's not that easy. So we're going to be switching this with Swallow again. The reason I didn't go straight up for Swallow is because Swallow regenerates a lot more, and I only have 3 of them, so I want to save them for when I actually need them. So let's go with Quen's Sign, and let's actually throw a bomb. We haven't thrown any bombs. Oh man, we don't even have good bombs. I'm going to have to go into the inventory again. Man, I'm really highlighting this inventory issue that I have, and it's not even that intentional. But let's go with a grape shot and replace salmon with it. Just because I want to pop a grenade against that water hag. It's not even going to be that effective. It's just to show you the mechanic. So, here we go. We're going to aim that. And here you go, water hag. Oh, she moved. Oh, well. I guess we're not going to be hitting her with that. Okay, let's engage in glorious combat. We also have that little thing of flies. I'm not sure what that's about. Okay, get sliced up. There goes the Quen sign. Dodge away. Get yourself a Quen sign again. Be very aware of where she's going to pop up again because she throws that goop in your face and it prevents you from attacking for a bit. Whoa, there we go again. Quen sign. Again, I use Quen sign a whole lot because I'm only level 6 at this point and my character is not really that powerful. Let's move away. Ooh, that was so close. Dodge away from that. Get sliced. And off with her head. We probably don't want to be going up against that thing. That thing seems to be chasing us. It's probably going to attack us quite a bit. So, we do have a dead body here that we can examine.
Wonder what led them here. Hunger or greed.
So obviously someone attacked this tower, and something bad took place here. There's a bunch of loot here, as well as a couple of ingredients we can pick up. Let's not stick around too long, though. I'm constantly using Witcher senses to locate loot and stuff. Very, very useful. Again, do not want to stick around those things too long. Honeysuckle. I don't have a lot of honeysuckles, I don't think. But let's actually go inside the tower, and then I can check out this area. Probably later on, I'll just come back here and strip loot this entire location. But just know that there is loot all over this place. And the reason why you might want to get it is because you can actually use it for crafting and all other kinds of stuff. Again, we're going to be using the Witcher senses to see what happened here.
Peasants didn't come here to ask nicely.
Yeah, peasants came here to ask for food, I believe.
Place is full of rats, as many dead as alive. Think they're feeding on...
Geralt, stop. You needn't be so detailed.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Our little sorceress doesn't like rats. Well, you can actually kill these rats with Igni. Or maybe you can't. I thought you could. Oh, there you go, rat. Take that, you dirty rat. You killed my brother, you dirty rat. Let's go ahead, loot ourselves a couple of things. We also have another clue here of something that happened.
Many must have died here.
Have a little bit of loot. Pick up all that loot. Whoa. Someone in here? Could swear I heard someone knocking on the door. Oh, that thing is creepy as hell. Get rid of some of those rats. Looks like I got a couple of more loot down here. Valen longsword. Now, usually you don't need to be as detailed about the loot as I am being. It's just a habit, because all this loot can be converted into crafting materials, which you can then use to craft more gear, or craft more potions, or bombs, or whatever. Now, these little lights that you see here, you're supposed to use an item on them, which is this magic lamp, so...
Rich folk. Doubt I'll ever understand them. Keep...
Oops. Looks like we have to stand still when we use this. Oops. Need to keep that out. Take it out, please. Thank you.
Rich folk. Doubt I'll ever understand them. Keeping rats in case...
Well, this is probably not one of the main characters that we need to interact with anyway. But this lamp reveals the souls of the dead that are trapped in certain locations. It allows you to communicate with the dead, so that's the reason why we have the lamp. Let's actually save it for now because there's just a bunch of loot here that I want to pick up. Now, you want to be careful about your loot because you do have a weight limit. And you can become encumbered. And if you become encumbered, you're going to be moving really, really slowly. You're not going to be able to run. And it's just very annoying overall. I think that this door is locked, right? Yeah. You can actually go through that door. There's a bunch of more loot down there, but I'm not going to obsess too much. Like I said, this is one of the reasons why I don't want to do a Let's Play of The Witcher. Because there's just so much loot. I'd spend all the time just looting stuff. What's this?
Don't start, Annabelle. Back to your craft. Always bending my ear about fool peasants. I'll not hear of them again. That simpleton turned your head, but one Graham hardly makes the rest courtly, one and all.
My lord, peasants.
Oh, I was hoping we could see the other guy, but I guess not.
Start, Annabelle.
Well, it looks like these things just kind of like play on a loop, so I'm gonna be skipping through that one. I'm gonna be moving up. Again, I have the reason why the image is all twisted and stuff because I'm using Witcher senses to locate any loot or anything suspicious that we can investigate. And we did miss another piece. No, that's not loot. That's a door. Hello. How you doing? And where are you going? Have a bunch of more rats in here. What's this?
Gold! Piles of it! Oh, won't do the dead any good now, will it?
Oh, there's gold in here? Sweet. The worn leather pelt. They took all the gold. Bastards. I could use some money. I'm actually really poor right now. I can't even afford to repair my whole armor if I wanted to. So just to give you an idea of how poor I am as Geralt right now. Oh, we got a glyph. And we also got a new crafting diagram. Those crafting diagrams is what enables you to then craft stuff at blacksmiths, but you need to find blacksmiths that are skilled enough to craft your stuff, which I probably have a bunch of recipes already that I can't find a blacksmith for. Dark steel plate, a couple more crafting materials, and I think we're about to reach the point that is important for this quest, and I can let you guys enjoy some dialogue. If you guys want to enjoy some of the more elaborate cinematics that involve storytelling and whatnot, I would advise you to look at my other video, which is the first hour that I did a live stream of...
Have you got to the laboratory at the top of the tower yet?
I'm at the top. Nothing here that looks like a laboratory.
Then you've not reached the highest level. Look for a passage.
As I was saying, if you want to see some more of the story-involved cinematics, because these cinematics that you watch in this video are mostly just dialogue, you can watch the first hour, and there's also a boss fight in there if you're curious about boss fights. So, let's move onward. We have to find the laboratory. I believe that it involves pulling this lever. Can we pull this one too? What this one does. Didn't really seem to do much. Or I wonder if you have to pull both of them down. I know that this one's supposed to open it. Oh, okay, you have to pull both of them down, otherwise it won't open. Not very secret, though. And let's move on through here.
Looks like a laboratory. Pretty well equipped, too.
that Mage's Alexander log might actually be an additional quest, because that's the way you pick up quests. You pick a little piece of paper, that might be a quest. Like, if you read this, speaking of company, I'll have none, yada yada yada, my black rat has died, but let me just see. Okay, it doesn't actually use the magic lamp to find ghosts. Oh, didn't we find all the... Oh, damn it, I just drank a swallow by mistake. Yep, my bad. Use the magic lamp to find ghosts. Looks like you're supposed to go out to find additional ghosts. What? It's crazy talk. There's probably more ghosts around this quest. Interesting. And we looted a potion vial.
Why did you leave? You claimed to love me. I'm cold. Why has no one come for me? I cannot leave this place. I see no way out. Who are you? Do you seek to hurt me as well?
Don't be afraid. I want to lift the curse that grips this island. Your turn to tell me who you are. The other ghosts, they couldn't see me.
I'm special. Always was. The rare beauty. The Lord's daughter. These lands, as far as the eye can see, were ours. My family and I, we hid in the Major's Tower to await the war's end, the end of hard times. It was not to be forever. You could be right. My fate is tied to the Isle, I feel that. Perhaps because I am heiress of these lands.
It could be your blood ties to the land, the base of the curse, that is. If so, forgiving Graham, laying your resentment to rest should lift it.
I loved him. I'm prepared to forgive him. But I must know that he regrets what he did. Take my bones to him. He must bury them. This will be our farewell. Will you speak to him? Will you do this for me?
Fine. I'll talk to Graham. Where will I find him?
He lives in the village on the lakeshore, yet... What if he's forgotten me?
If he loved you, he'll remember, and want to help.
He said he would always love me. Go to him. Make haste, please.
So I skipped through a little bit of that conversation because it was a pretty long dialogue scene, but basically we found out that the curse is essentially on account of this this spirit that is here, and this spirit is basically bound here by a deep hatred of her lover because her lover was amongst the people who came to sack this place. Now, I'm not going to complete this this quest because now at this point it's a very simple delivery quest. We just have to go back and hand in her remains to a dude who is going to bury her. But let me just tell you that this is not the end of the quest. There is a lot more to it than that. And there's also probably a couple of more things to explore here. Since we didn't explore the entirety of the island, we didn't speak with any of the other spirits, there's probably still a lot more to learn about this quest, because things are never really linear in Witcher 3, and that's one of the things that I really like, finding out about all the different things that you can do and all the different outcomes that are possible. Well, not different outcomes, because I tend to stick with the outcomes I get, but I like really investigating and investing time into learning every single thing about a single quest. And this is just a side quest, okay? This is a side quest that you could just skip and go on with your life on the main story, which I find impressive. If you just notice the amount of detail that was placed into this simple side quest to come here, pick up a set of bones, and go back to hand them in to someone else, I think that is really impressive, and that's one of the things that really amazes me about The Witcher. Now, going back to combat, earlier I mentioned the fact that you have light attacks and strong attacks. We just used light attacks most of the time, which are these, but I wanted to show you guys a couple of more things. So you also have your strong attacks, which have considerable more wind-up, but also leave you vulnerable for longer, and I don't have a skill that benefits from them at this point. But there are skills that do benefit from having stronger attacks. Beyond that, you also have a crossbow, which you can use. You can shoot your crossbow, you can aim the crossbow when you are aiming the crossbow, it actually slows down time. Notice how this thing is moving really slow. And now it's moving at its regular speed. Because it's important for you to hit your target when you're aiming with this thing. So they slow down time a little bit. And there are skills that allow you to slow down time even further. I've already shown you guys about the crafting of the potions and whatnot. The crafting of items is very similar to the crafting of potions. So you just have to go to a blacksmith and a list like this appears. And depending on the skill level of the blacksmith, he might be able to craft more or less things. Looks like we're also able to make a new potion, Petrie's Filter. Increases sign intensity. Ah, why not? Boom. Created a new potion. Meditation does not regenerate your health on the higher levels of difficulty. On the lower levels, it does. And the kinds of builds that you can do for your character is also really cool because you have each type of build that you can make, like you can focus on combat, signs, or alchemy, and each of them is associated with a color. So combat is red, signs is blue, alchemy is green. And if you then equip these skills, because it's not just about putting points into them, you have to put points into skills, and then you have to equip them on your skill, on your build, so to speak. Kind of like if you're making a deck for your character. So right now I have Poison Blades, which gives me 15% chance of poisoning my targets with each hit. I have Trial of the Grasses, which gives me a little slowdown time if I have Toxicity, which happens when you drink a potion, you get toxicity meter. And I also have Refreshment, which gives me health back whenever I drink a potion. And these are the 3 skills I have. And then I put a green mutagen. Now these mutagens, you will find them as you kill different monsters. So as you can see, we have a bunch of blue mutagens here. So if we wanted to do something with... if we wanted to do something that involved signs, so for instance, if we had a sign build, and we equip these blue skills here, they would benefit from increased damage and signs. In terms of the green skills, they give you vitality, so they make you a little bit tankier, which is actually causing me to kind of question my build choices at this point, because I went with the fast attacks, and you can actually go with heavy armor, and, oops, sorry about that. You can actually go with heavy armor if you want, so you can go to the bear school techniques, and it increases vitality and strong attack damage by 5%. So there are tons of options that you can do here, and this is just me thinking about alchemy, because if you go into signs, you can then like increase the range of Ard sign, you can increase the damage of Igni sign, and just like, you know, increase your magical powers, or you can go into combat and be like, I want to deal more damage with fast attack, I want to deal more damage with strong attack, you know, and you can change this stuff around as you see fit. But it also lets you respec at certain points. I haven't reached any point that I can respec in. I believe that I'm allowed to respec at like level 5 or something, but since I haven't been to the main town, which is Novigrad, I still can't do it. But there are tons of options as to how you can build Geralt to suit your particular needs. I'm going to be sticking with Alchemy because I want to be doing something a little bit different, because in the previous Witcher, in Witcher 2, I played combat with a little bit of Quen sign upgrades, and it was just ridiculously overpowered. It made me really, really powerful to the point where I thought I was breaking the game. So this time around, I want to go with a different build, so we're going to be focusing a lot more on alchemy. Quest lines are also, as you can see, I have currently 6 main quests. One of them is for level 16. I'm level 6. In secondary quests, I also have, I actually don't have that many, but I have Witcher contracts. So this quest over here is for level 33. And I've been playing for upwards of 15 hours at this point, I think. I'm still only level 6, okay? You guys are like, oh, wow, you're not playing all that well. And that might be the case. I don't know. But I've been taking my time with it, and I've just been enjoying the crap out of it so far. So if you think you have even the slightest interest in Witcher 3, I highly recommend it, and I think the game is super solid. I would love to show you guys Gwent as well, but this video is already going on a little bit long. I believe I played a match of Gwent in that first hour video, so if you guys want to check that out. Gwent is a lot more fun than Dice Poker, in my opinion, so there's that. For those of you wondering if you can also equip other weapons that are not swords, yes you can, but they're usually not as effective as the sword, so why would you want to? But, yeah. That's going to be it about this video. I love The Witcher 3. I think it's a great game. The combat sometimes leaves me a little bit frustrated because, you know, you're used to Souls combat, which is very precise and very deliberate. And the combat in Witcher 3 is a lot more prone for you getting hit accidentally despite having done everything perfectly. And that is very frustrating when you're playing in Death March difficulty. But yeah, that's all that I can really remember about it right now. But I might be making a couple more videos on The Witcher, but I am definitely not doing an LP of it. I might be doing some live streams of me playing random sections of the game. So stay tuned to the channel if you want to look up for that. But apart from that, yeah, Witcher 3 is friggin' awesome. I like it. And don't let all this discussion about, oh, the graphics aren't as pretty as they were at E3 discourage you from buying this game, because I think this game is friggin' amazing, and it's just been blowing my mind as to how good it really is. But that's just me. So I was going to wrap up this video here, but instead I decided to give this quest another shot to see just how different things could have been if I had been paying a lot more attention to all the little details, speaking with all the ghosts, and the results were actually pretty impressive, particularly once you take into consideration that this is a side quest. So enjoy the upcoming footage. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
A curse has imprisoned Annabelle and the other spirits on the island. Love can shatter its power, free her and them.
Just as in the legends.
If you know the legends, you know one kiss is enough to break an evil spell. On one condition. That it's a kiss from someone whose love is true.
I told you. I said I love her with all my heart. Take me to her, please.
You wander this place.
I've waited long enough for revenge. And now it's on its own.
No, run. We've got to go. Don't kill me.